Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. So in the month of June, I didn't read very many books. As I mentioned in my previous video, stress and anxiety and blah blah blah. All that stuff has been kind of keeping me from reading, and when I try to read, I find it very difficult to focus. So like I said, I only read 3 books. Let's just jump right into what I read. First book that I read was Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, and I ended up giving this book 3 out of 5 stars. This was probably my first attempt at trying to read a high fantasy book that was actually in the adult genre, and it was okay. It wasn't necessarily my cup of tea. I liked the story plot overall, but I think that the writing was a little bit too descriptive for me, and I'm not really used to that kind of writing. Maybe if I read something else by another author that does high fantasy, I might enjoy it a little bit more, but this one I thought was just okay, and I don't plan on continuing on with the series. The next book that I read was The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Typically I give Jennifer L. Armentrout books 5 out of 5 stars because they're so easy to get through and they're really lighthearted, and that was definitely the case with this book as well, but there were a couple of things that happened during the book that I got a little hung up on, and I didn't really like what happened in some parts, and I don't want to give anything away, but it just didn't sit well with me, I guess, so that made me give it a 4. If you guys are interested to know what this book is about, basically it's about this girl who was raised basically in a foster home with this other boy, and they lose touch over the years, and then suddenly they find each other again and they start talking to each other again, and a lot of different things happen. It's kind of intense in some scenes, but others it's just kind of cliche to me. But I still liked it, and I do recommend it, especially if you like Jennifer L. Armentrout books. I don't think this one will let you down. The next book that I read was actually a reread for me, and that is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I have the rest of this series on my shelf staring at me right over there. And this is the only book that I've ever read from that series, so I decided to reread it. It has been 3 years since I've read this book, and I loved it. It was so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. This book it just blew me away because I didn't remember anything about it whatsoever. So it felt like I was reading this book for the first time, and I really enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to continue on with the series. I think that it's going to be very fun, and I think that her writing is excellent, so I'm very much looking forward to it. I can't wait. So those are the 3 books that I read this month. I wish I could have read more, but like I said, I just can't focus very well. So right now, I'm just trying to read All the Time in the World by Caroline Angel. I got this book for a review, and I'm slowly making my way through it. I'm not that far into it yet, but I am enjoying it. I think it's more of like a contemporary kind of book. I don't really understand what's going on yet, but it's slowly starting to develop. I think I'm going to enjoy it, and I really hope that I do, and I will be posting a full review of this book on my channel once I've finished reading it. So that's going to be it for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were on them, and also let me know if you have any recommendations for audiobooks. I love getting your guys' recommendations. Most of the time, I absolutely love the books that you guys recommend, so definitely leave those down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Wish you could see the rest of this shirt. It's pretty. I gotta pull up my Goodreads because as little as I read this month, I still can't remember what I read this month. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up. Spit everywhere, why don't ya? English language. I've forgotten how it works.